Well, hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Brandon. I have spent the last 6 years chasing pikeminnow professionally during the summer months. And there's a lot of things you need to know about this fishery before you get into it. Now, the first thing I'd like to share with you, in case you didn't know, is social media is not exactly honest. So for every fisherman you see turning in fish like this, please understand that there's going to be a lot more days that look like this or this. It's tempting to splice together all the action and make it look like non-stop. How can you be missing this? But that's not really an accurate portrayal of this fishery. It's a beast. It can be amazing and it can be gut-punching. It's the worst hours. But the view from your office out here, you can't beat it. This was my first pikeminnow trip of the year, 2026. Started getting ready on Thursday morning. Got my first curveball. This little strap here used to be my tie-down loop. Guess I'm not taking my kayak this weekend. I started off by heading to the Kelso Longview area. It's a great area with a lot of access. There's a lot of sloughs and tributaries and a lot of great water to explore. Anyway, I'm sure you didn't tune in to listen to me talk and ramble. So I'm going to shut up now and we're going to get to some of that fishing action.
Now, if you made it here and you don't know what the bounty program is about, it's called the Northern Pikeminnow Sport Reward Fishery. You can visit pikeminnow.org to learn all the ins and outs, but I'm not going to spend the next 10 minutes explaining it here. I'll just sum it up this way. Salmon is big business on the Columbia River. Pikeminnow like to eat baby salmon. Therefore, great idea, pay the anglers to catch and turn in adult pikeminnow. We get paid $6 a piece for the first 25. After that, it's $8 up to 200 fish. And from 201 on, we're paid $10 a piece. Which is why I was pretty happy this first night, my first stop of fishing. I caught a fish in the first 2 or 3 minutes. Baited back up, tossed out there, and almost immediately, hook number 2. So now I've been in the water for 5 minutes and I've already got 2 fish up on the bank and I'm a happy camper. And then the bite died, because that's what pikeminnow fishing does. And I didn't realize it at the time that I'm catching this fish, but this was going to be it for a bit. For the next 2 hours, in fact, I got a couple of small bites and basically just tried to regain that adrenaline rush from the first few minutes, and it didn't happen. So after a stretch of no bites whatsoever, I changed up my bait. And after that didn't work, I changed up my presentation. After that didn't work, I even threw artificial for a while and could not get anybody to cooperate. So the last thing I had left to change was my location. And I have several other places I like to fish, but none of them have ambient lighting the way this pier does. So unfortunately, the next several spots I went to go fish, well, let's just say it'd been a long day between packing, driving, socializing, exploring, and finally fishing, that I didn't feel like lugging the lighting equipment with me, and you can't really see where I was fishing without it. So let me just tell you, you didn't miss anything. It was a slow night and I went to bed finally. With the return of daylight and a couple hours of sleep under my belt, I was feeling almost human again and borderline optimistic. So I headed out to check on some of my old spots that I hadn't seen since last year. They were pretty overgrown, and all I really figured out was the fish weren't biting anywhere. So as I start to put the puzzle together of how and where to fish, I got my first piece. Night bite, not day bite. And if nothing else, I couldn't blame my bait, because I know what they like at this time of year. I decided to be a little more serious about fishing and a little less serious about filming that next night. So I started off at the pier again, did pick up a few. It wasn't real hot fishing, but not bad. So I bounced around to a few of my other spots, which again were way too dark to show you. Did catch a few fish and decided to get a little sleep. Now this is one of my favorite parts of a fishing trip. Sort of like being at the casino and counting your chips before you go cash them in. I like to do a little head count before I go give them to the fish checkers. $20. With an okay night under my belt, I kind of thought maybe the bite was turning around and it'd be a little more active, so I went and hopped around from spot to spot all day Saturday. 1. I caught 1 fish. So I headed back to the pier and decided I'd get a little more serious about filming, because at least I could control that. And it ended up being a pretty good call, because at least fiddling with the camera gave me something to do, because the bite was non-existent for the first probably hour and a half, 2 hours I was there. Here's one of those lessons I can share with you right now, because I changed up my bait, I changed up my tactics, I changed up all sorts of things and absolutely could not get the fish to cooperate. And that's a hard truth I've learned with pike minnow fishing. Sometimes they just don't feed, and it does not matter what you're doing, they're not going to. The real game becomes having the patience to sit there and wade through little trash fish until that pike minnow bite turns on, because when it does, it is a thing of beauty. You'll put in 5 or 6 hours for nothing and then suddenly catch 10 fish an hour for the next 2 or 3 hours. And that's kind of the game, is just waiting it out, having the patience, and being there when a bite finally turns on. Now when that bite finally turns on for you, it's time to put the whole puzzle together. I like to have bait prepped and ready to go. I always have a second rod sitting off to the side that's baited up and ready. The second I land a fish, before I deal with him, unhooking him, rebaiting, any of that, the second that fish is up on the bank or up on the dock, boom, second rod goes out. And maybe it only gives you an extra minute advantage, but if you have one of those days where you catch 100 fish, you literally give yourself an extra 100 minutes of line in the water fishing time. And when the bite is on, that is crucial. Everything needs to go right so you can maximize that little window that you've been given. And it's funny because I left this little clip in right here to remind me, to remind you, to bring a lot of tackle with you. It's river fishing. You are going to break off a lot. It just happens. Come prepared. Tie some quick knots. Try to hang onto your hook and not drop it so it falls into the water. Get yourself fishing as quick as you can, because these windows can shut fast. Sometimes you're lucky and you get on one of those 5 or 6 hour bites. Most often that's not going to be the case. This bite lasted good for about an hour. I think I caught 12 or 13 fish in that hour, and then it started to taper off very quickly. I ended up giving it probably another hour, hour and a half, over which time I caught one more pike minnow, a couple of short pike minnow, and some more of those trash fish. So sleep started calling my name, and with this last fish, I called it a night. That 4-hour drive home the next morning was starting to loom, and I knew I wanted to fish a little bit more the next morning and hopefully pad my numbers just a little before heading home. So I enjoyed this last little brief moment of calm weather, fish or two hitting the surface, went to bed. That last morning was just like the previous in that I found beautiful water, beautiful spots, and completely uncooperative fish. The other fun aspect about my head count is the surprise I give myself, because honestly, I usually lose track around 10 fish and quit paying attention. So when I count them the next morning, it's a surprise what I have.
So there we go. First trip of the year is in the books. 38 is a respectable start for opening weekend. I wish it was more, but I'm not going to complain with 38 fish, especially being stuck on the bank. So I'm going to shoot a video every couple of weeks and upload them just to keep you posted on how things are going, and maybe share a few tips and tricks along the way that will help you become a better fisherman, especially for pikeminnow, which is the easiest and the hardest fishery I've ever done.
And since I'm always in pursuit of more fish and more fishing spots, I like to break up the drive home and do a little exploring while I'm still along the Columbia. Always looking for a new spot to check out. Next time I come down, maybe I'll give them a shot. But mostly I just enjoy getting out in the Pacific Northwest because it's like living in a postcard. Whether you're going to a beach to catch a sunset, or maybe taking your kids to Eastern Washington because you heard the Aurora Borealis was supposed to be out. We live in a truly beautiful place, and I get out and enjoy it as much as I can. And pikeminnow fishing gives me a great excuse to do that and bring a little something home. So I hope you follow along this summer. It's going to be interesting. I will be uploading those videos. Next week I am fishing a tournament, which is going to be a little different than a normal fishing video, but it's always a good time, so stay tuned for that. And welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by, and I do hope to see you again soon.